Волтер из Англии, он тоже является пилотом GDM All Stars. Его автомобиль это Subaru. Walter, can you first tell us a few words about your car, because it's quite genuine as for me and as for the basic guys, you know, who are looking to these things, because I see a Nissan engine in Subaru.
It's a Nissan RB25 Skyline engine out of a R33. It's running Skyline engine and gearbox, and the differential is also Nissan.
What about the suspension?
Suspension is all kept Subaru. We found the Subaru suspension a lot better.
About the turbo, I see it's quite big.
Yeah, it's a Greddy TD06 20G. It's 450 horsepower.
What pushed you to this, you know, to make such exclusive car, the Subaru with the big Nissan engine?
Because it gets a lot of attention.
Your previous previous runs were with the EJ20 engine in this car?
No, the car was originally built with the Skyline engine. It's not my car. The car is owned by Japanese Performance Parts,
yes,
and they started building the car and couldn't finish it, so I helped them finish the car, and then I'm now the driver as well.
I've seen your runs. It's quite, you know, balanced on the track, so I see you put a lot of, you know, work in this car.
Yeah.
Because it's not about the money, it's also about the knowledge and about the time you put in a car. Can you tell us about what clutch you're using for this power?
OS Geiken twin plate.
Damper or not?
Yes, dampened. At the power that this is running, we're very concerned about blowing the gearbox, so we run dampened clutches.
Yes, yes. And what about the differential? Is it?
The differential is a S14.
S14? But
yeah.
what LSD?
LSD, Cusco.
Cusco, yes. 1.5?
Sorry?
1.5?
Two-way. And each event we carry 3 different diffs for different ratios. We only brought 2 with us, because a ratio change can make a big difference to the driving of the car.
What about the suspension?
Suspension is unknown Japanese suspension, and we're running quite soft springs for this event. We were told that the track would be very rough, so we're running very soft springs, and we've lifted the car up a bit to allow it to travel.
But I think after Wembley event, this track is quite narrow, you know? No problem, because I've seen the cars jumping there.
Yeah, narrow. This track's narrow and fast, so expecting a few spills, but I like it.
What about the wheel lock? You have a big lock angle?
A lot compared to the Subaru, but it's very restricted because the EJ20 engine's very wide, so the chassis are very wide, so there's only so much steering lock able, so that's why we've run the very wide arches to get the front wheels out as far as possible.
What's your opinion, your impression about the East European drift scene you see here in Belarus?
I think they're not very good at their entries. Yes. Like, their starting the drift isn't very good, but you know, a lot of some of the street drivers, I can see real talent with them. You know, I think that they need to watch more good drivers and try and focus on improving. Because
I also have the same problem, I feel, because I don't have too much speed at the entry. This is the problem. Yes, I agree with you. And what's your maybe advice, you know, to start this, you know, how to do it, to enter fast?
Well, I think one of the big problems is people think of drifting where you need low grip at the rear, so you want the car to slide. But if you're doing a fast entry, you need traction on the rear to stop you from spinning. So you actually need nearly more traction on the rear than the front.
What about using of semi-slick tires on the rear?
It's a good idea, but if there's an event where it starts getting damp, it can be very dangerous. Like, a lot of the cars run a racing slick tire. I run road tires because they're cheaper. But they are very good. Some racing slick tires, when they get too hot, fly apart those, so it damages the bodywork of the car.
And they finish quite fast. Yeah. This is the problem.
Yeah, so instead of losing grip, you crash.
I've noticed it on my own skin, because I've made a run in the King of Europe event, and I made just 4 laps with a set of RSR tires, and it was shock for me, no new tires and just 4 laps, so it's quite... And what do you think about the organization, you know, about everything?
I'd say if I could understand the language, it would make things a lot easier, but the event seems to be running very well. It's good to see cars on track all the time. You know, it keeps the crowd very excited as well, to just keep cars on the track. There's no downtime between different sections, so I think the event's being run very well.
Okay. Thank you very much for the interview, and good luck on the track, and see you there. See you there tomorrow.
See you later.